Welcome to another episode of Roll Call, TTSH Nursing's very own podcast, brought to you by TTSH Nursing Organisation Development, or TTSH Nursing OD for short. The description about what TTSH Nursing OD is below. I'm Kim.
And I'm Tiff, and we're your hosts for today's episode.
So for today and this episode, we're going to be sharing more about common nursing superstitions that we've heard or personally experienced through our nursing journey. Very, very interesting. Some of them were shared by you guys on the ground, and some we got from online. So let's just dive right in.
All right.
Yeah.
So first one, and I'm sure a lot of us have heard of this.
Oh, yes.
Do not say the word quiet or empty when you're on shift. Like, I do not want to hear, today the ward's so quiet. So empty. Today.
So what we believe is that usually when people mention the word quiet, empty, or today not very busy, along those lines, that you are going to jinx it and the shift is going to be busy after that.
Yep. Now you're calling it.
You're calling it. So don't do that, okay? If you're here to visit your family or friends, please don't say that. Thank you.
Yep. So the next one is regarding scissors. I think a lot of us do this.
Yes.
Yeah. So when you opens up scissors in either your bed, empty bed, or the ward phone, you can actually prevent admissions.
Yes. Another interesting way, a story that we've heard, actually literally from our sister right before we shot this episode, was that they would off the light and they would turn the broom upside down to prevent like any standby or emergency cases from coming in. I know the phone one means like you kind of cut, like if someone calls, you cut the line so that like the call doesn't go through or something like that. But yeah, that's how we try to prevent admissions. I know some friends from other hospitals where I see their Insta stories, right? And they literally collect scissors from like everyone on shift and they put it on the table. And there's just like 10 open scissors on the table.
Yeah, or when they stack when they stack it on the phone itself, it's actually quite funny. You see one phone and it's like 5 scissors.
Okay,
Yep.
Our next one, a very common one as well. I'm sure everyone knows this. Do not eat bao on shift. What does this mean?
So, you know the word bao is similar, like packing, is similar pronunciation to packing.
Like
which is
dabao,
yeah,
you know?
when you pack someone or pack a patient is what we do when a patient passes away.
Like you kind of do the last office and you know after that we have to send them to the mortuary and all that. So some people believe that if you eat a bao during shift, you're calling it.
Yeah, like you're calling a death to come. Yeah.
So nobody eats bao on shift. Someone actually shared that every time someone eats a bao in their ward, either a patient will code, so that means a patient will deteriorate, transfers out to the ICU, or sadly will pass away. So there was this one time that I remember a very junior doctor came to my ward. I think she was probably very new to healthcare. So she was eating a bao in front of all the nurses on shift. And I remember everyone was just like, are you for real? Like everyone was giving her the are you for real? And then our registrar came and we were like, hey, like your doctor is eating a bao. And then the registrar told the doctor, can you please go out of the ward and eat the bao? Like that's how seriously we take it. It's so interesting, right?
On the topic of death, there's this superstition to say that death always comes in threes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have personally experienced it, I think once or twice, where, so one thing that nurses or many healthcare professionals believe is that if one patient passes away, either it will stop there, or if the second one, then a third one will eventually happen. The rule of threes, I don't really know like the deeper meaning behind that, but people tend to believe in that.
Another one that we experience, I have heard of, is that if your shift is busy, it's usually because someone never showered. Personally, I don't know the deeper meaning, but I think it's like if you shower, then you're washing away the bad energy or the bad luck.
Cleansing yourself.
Cleansing yourself. And if someone is very unlucky, they'll tell that person to go and shower yourself with 7 flowers.
Tiffany's that.
I've been told that many times in my career. I'm like, what 7 flowers? Where do I get 7 flowers?
Sorry, those are all just leaves. Not flowers, sorry.
And yeah, actually, I have a few colleagues who actually did it. Like, you know, their mom, or they will tell it to their family member, and they will like have a bunch of flower, tie it by a rubber band, and put it on top of the shower head. And then they will run the water, and then they will just shower themselves with water that has running through the flowers.
Wow. I'm sure you must smell really good.
At least that's the only good thing that comes of it. If the bad luck,
it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. But anything to protect yourself.
Yes.
You know? Another interesting superstition is that, but this one also I understand. People believe in like unlucky beds or unlucky rooms, like certain numbers or like something that will always happen in that room. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, I think this stems from a lot of personal experience. Yeah, like if I myself had a lot of patients literally in a certain room, I will feel bad about it.
Yeah.
But I do know that Chinese beliefs put a bad connotation to
Certain
the number.
numbers,
Yeah,
yeah,
the
certain
number 4
numbers.
because it sounds like death, or number 13 because it's an unlucky number.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, but I believe that we are all well trained and we will take care of you no matter what number you're in. Okay?
Yes.
So not to worry. Not to worry. Okay, this one is a very interesting submission from someone, and I've never personally heard of this before, but someone said that cannot eat crab in ward, if not everyone will lao sai. So I think that her preceptor probably told her this, but Tiff and I were talking about it and we were saying like maybe that crab was just not cooked well. And then everyone in the ward just got gastroenteritis, which is like a stomach infection. I've never personally heard of this. And like secondly, who eats crab at work? That is such an atas thing to eat at work. Unless your crab is mixed into your bihun. But if you're just like a whole chili crab and you bring it to work, then wow. Would you like to come and work with us so you can buy that? And I can have some of that crab. I don't mind the lao sai.
Okay, so next one. You cannot walk using the back door or use the last lift. I think after shift.
Yeah, I think this person mentioned that like the context is like after work, you know, you don't go all the way to the back and like use the last lift and all that. But honestly speaking, if it was me, at the end of my shift, I would be so tired. Like I wouldn't care. If there was something, then I'll just be like,
Sure.
see ya tomorrow. 加油.
I do not claim that energy. So no bites off for me.
Speaking of which, I think the next one, this perfectly links to the next one, which is holy water. I think Tiff can share a bit more about this.
Okay, so I think I find it more common with Catholic patients, like in my personal experience, where I have had a patient who would have a bottle of holy water. I think they usually get it from like sacred places or sacred religious grounds.
Yep.
And then they'll put it on themselves. Like you know when you rub medicated oil on your forehead for your headache, they will actually rub holy water on themselves when they feel sick or when they run a fever.
Interesting.
And when the patient was discharged, she was so happy. He actually gave me that bottle of holy water.
Which she needs.
Yeah. So, when I'm having a bad shift, I was like, then I go to my locker, take some holy water. None of that.
And something super duper funny. So again, right before we started filming this, our brother actually shared this with us, that he had this experience where a patient lost their holy water and he had to dumpster dive. Like he had to go down and dumpster dive to try to find it in the dustbin. And it wasn't there. And then when he went back to the ward, turns out it was on another patient's bed or table. Sorry, not bed. That would be a bit weird. It was on another patient's table. Would you dumpster dive?
Wow. Are you going to get paid OT for it?
That's asking the real questions here. So it's very interesting how, like in such a diverse, Singapore, we have such a diverse range of culture and religions and races, not just within the nursing community and the healthcare community, but also among our patients. And it's just so fascinating how even though we might not all share the same beliefs or especially like spiritual beliefs and all that, right? How we just go out of our way to honor and respect that.
And I think this is a very important part of our healthcare as well, to be able to provide a person-centered care.
Yep, holistic care.
To honor someone's spiritual belief, even though we may not share the same belief.
Yeah, and like patients that come to our hospitals, they are in such a vulnerable position. I feel like that is something that, if I was a patient, I would hold that so closely to me. And if the people taking care of me respected that and, really honored that, I would feel so happy.
Yeah, you feel a lot better. And I think people hold certain beliefs for comfort, for different reasons. And it's all part of our well-being.
Yep. So with that concludes this episode of Roll Call. We hope you enjoyed it. Remember, you can also check out our podcast on Spotify at Nurses of TTSH.
Yep. Do give us a follow and hit the like button as well as the bell button to get notified when we post a new episode.
And for more updates and opportunities to contribute to our future podcast episodes, follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Nurses of TTSH. If you have any topic suggestions or anyone you would like us to feature in upcoming episodes, feel free to drop us a DM as well.
Do give our channel a follow as well as hit the like button and the bell button to get notified when we post a new post. As well as show this video some love and engage with us in the comments. We'll catch you on the next roll call. Have a good shift.
Bye.